inside him if he wanted to, but no, Renson was able to pull away there.
All right, around Luffield, the roof pace car is going to peel in. We're going to be starting lap 49 for our leaders. Still 2.5 hours left to go. A lot of racing action here on the GSRC. Terry Renson looking like a good start. This is where he started to be caught, though, coming down the front stretch. Not the case this time. I think he figured out these restarts. Did Terry? Solid. Wow, look at him fly through cops. Not the case for Niels. He's under threat from David Arguado as he tries to chase him into Maggots and Beckett's. It is single file here. Doesn't get the opportunity.
That was a crazy start there for Thierry Renson to be able to pull away and get in, or to stay in first place, I should say. And Aguado had a great start right up to the rear end of Hundahedge there, but he just couldn't find any place to get around.
Down the hanger straight, Fletcher has a great run getting to the Giraffe now as they head down into Stowe. Looks to the inside though. Barraclaw though holds him off and shuts the door on him as they head towards the Vale chicanes. Fletcher had a really good start again, but of course the LMP2 cars having to get by kind of caused him not able to make the proper pass. The Kinetic Racing 283 car has got a good gap closing in on going into Club Corner. Miguel Vigo in the Geodesic Racing Black is still watching on in the 4th position, having a good spot in case any of those 3 make a mistake. He is there to capitalize down up into Abbey, making a great run now under towards Bridge.
Yeah, that last caution really stacked these guys up. That's our top 4 and the GTE all within a line. Barraclaw not that far ahead of Fletcher, Taylor.
No, Barraclaw is trying his best to hold him off as best he can. Let's see if they come by the line right now. Who had the faster lap of lap 1 after this restart? Out of Woodcote they go down towards the start-finish line again. And let's see right here. Really good lap for both Barraclaw and Fletcher. Barraclaw was a little bit faster that time by. And Tommy had a really good run as he's working out of Cops Corner.
Oh, LMP1. Look at this. Coming up for the lead. This is Niels looking to the inside. Or excuse me, this is P2. This is Niels defending on the outside, I should say. That's David Aguado going on the attack. Couldn't get it done in Stowe. If these two fight too much, Vlad Zienkovsky and David Soranzo are right behind, ready to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, they've been slowly reeling each other in, and it was a battle for P2 and P4 between Soranzo and Zienkovsky before you got here, but and it looks like it might stay that way as there might be a little bit of a gap there, but Soranzo was really trying to look for a way to get into 4th. I think if he can get around Zienkovsky, he's been held up by him a lot of this race. I think he's going to be able to chase down Aguado. But Hundahedge doing a great job right now defending that P2 position.
The Sim Experience Element Fire car has a train of machinery hungry to try and take P2 away. Aguado's in a good position now.
Yeah, good run coming off there.
Not a whole lot of braking, though, into Cops. I don't think he's going to get an opportunity to look behind them, though. Here comes Vlad Zienkovsky. Runs out of steam by the time they hit Cops, so he's not going to get the opportunity before they run into the Maggots Beckett sequence. This is where the wake of the car ahead really starts to buffet you. It's hard to close in behind them. You want the run off the corner down the hanger straight. Oh, look at this. Here comes Aguado yet again. This time he uses that battery to great effect. Gets the inside into Stowe. Going to be fought hard around the outside by Niels, but just can't grip onto that 2nd place.
Yeah, he had the run, he had the momentum. As a little bit of a stack up there behind him. Zienkovsky almost got into the rear of him, who almost, or Soranzo almost got into the rear of him through there, but they will sort that out, and Aguado will go right back to chasing down Hundahedge.
Great job by Vlad. Keep from running into him, but side-by-side action into Abbey. Aguado back on the defense from Hundahedge and managed to hold him off. Now they come into Priory. This has turned up the intensity here in the LMP2 field. Again, only 9 of these cars started the race, so for them to be this close together for this many positions nearly halfway in says a lot about the competition in this field. We're going to have to step away down to the GTEs. Taylor, you've been watching the GTE AMs.
Yeah, there was a good battle between P2, between Pedro Diaz and the Pineapple Racing, and also 394 of Kim Cook and the AVA Veretic 394 team. It's gotten a little bit separated now after some LMP1 and LMP2 traffic has gone through, but they were nose to tail for multiple laps as it now has calmed down quite a bit.
As that Pineapple car tries to work his way forward, hoping to become the Pineapple Express here at Silverstone. Gene Diaz and Cook. Let's go over to 12th in the GTE Pros. This is Von Wendt fending off Herzog. This is also got the car of Brandon Gersick, who is just ahead of him. Oh, and one of them is peeling off. Von Wendt elects to take a stop.
He's actually being penalized right now for avoidable contact.
Oof. Unfortunate stuff for his team. Racing clean, very, very important. The stop and go served, and he's back out again.
Looks like also another driver is being penalized, Clark Archer, for avoidable contact. So some drivers are starting now having to deal with that issues, as well as they are starting to come down to serve their penalties.
Going back to our LMP1s, Zajankovsky is held onto the back of the second place driver of Aguado. Excuse me, of the third place driver of Nils.
Yeah, Guados was able to pull away quite a bit there as Hundahedge is now trying to defend Zajankovsky for the podium right now.
A bit far away from one another. There's a bit of a battle going on for GTE AM. If that gets any closer, feel free to break in, Taylor. But as we watch these two, they got traffic ahead of him. Nacho Yarnoz is being lapped by Aguado. Now he has Niels coming up. Oh, I don't think he was. Yeah, I don't think he knew he was coming that way. It's going to separate these two momentarily, and it's a bad spot for Vlad.
Looks like Zajankovsky may have seen that happen and may have laid off just a little bit. It's better be safe than sorry at this point in the race still.
And he'll get more opportunities later on. That number 16 car on the hunt, though, for the Sim Experience Element Fire car.
Yeah, meanwhile, Aguado's being held up by some GT cars up here, and it looks like Hundahedge is able to close in on him quite a bit.
I saw Mikey Grimm's in the pits. Was that another penalty, or is that a scheduled stop? We'll check on that in a little bit. Wow, Niels just ran him down. That traffic is a killer. Indeed. And look, more traffic ahead of him. This is Medina, Galink, and De Jong all together. They catch them on the hanger straight, a nice convenient spot. They stream by. Looks like that cost a little time. Back to Zajankovsky.
Yeah, he was separated from them before, and then about 5 seconds later, he was right back, ready to make it side by side if he was able to, but so I expect him to be right back up there very quickly, and here he comes already.
You know, and something we haven't talked about yet is both Aguado and the car Zajankovsky. They have not seen driver swaps yet. They've been in this thing for the whole race so far.
Yeah, they're going to have to work that into their strategy somehow, and it worked out very well for the 77. We were talking about how well-rounded that team is so far between Robin Schwengers and Niels Hundahedge up there. They both have two drivers that are very, very strong and dominant right now in that P2 position. But maybe a little hesitation behind them to make any driver swaps early on in the race.
Yeah, and I think Robin is going to have to get back in the car because Robin has not done a full hour quite yet.
It was pretty early.
Something to pay attention to.
I think he was only in it for 45 or 50 minutes, but it was an exhausting 45 or 50 minutes because he worked his way up through the field.
Maybe that's why they took him out early, knowing that he had the brunt of all the craziness there in the first few laps. Meanwhile, P6 getting a little bit close. This is in the LMP2s, I believe. Is this actually? No, this is for 9th. Looks like this is V Apex Purple and Nomad Sim Racing HPD. This is Parsons and Baird riding on the tail of Jeff Parsons, looking back. Oh!
Right up next to him. Man, Baird has been all over the track today. He's been up near the lead. He's been up or back near the back of this pack in this class, and now he's right here in the middle.
Well, right now he's making sure that the car of Parsons knows he's there. Can't think you can miss him with how close he was. Coming through cops. Ooh, really bad run through there for Parsons. Baird gets the momentum, but not enough of it as they hit the Maggots-Beckett sequence. This is the critical part of the track where Baird really needs to get the run out of Beckett's and Chapel. He is right underneath him. This is going to be a great opportunity, Nick.
Yeah, they're going to go down, hanger straight, and Parsons doesn't look like he's going to receive another little bump draft through there. I think he appreciates that, and Baird's going to hold back just a little bit here, and they're going to keep it clean, but that battle's still going on hard.
Certainly pressurizing Jeff Parsons. Seeing if he could squeeze anything out of this lemon. Almost to the halfway point. As you see the clock in the upper left tick down here in the DGFX series. Round 1, if you're just joining us, thanks for coming in. It's been an exciting first round so far as we jump back to Pascal Ebner there for a moment and back up to this battle for 9th. Ebner, of course, been involved in a little bit of an incident this race. Good to see him back out, still running and not too far down his class.
I don't think either of these guys, Tony Bard or Jeff Parsons, have made driver swaps. I'm not sure about Jeff Parsons, but I'm pretty sure Tony Bard has been in this car the entire race as well.
Both, yeah, I'm looking through their lap times, and both of them have been in the whole race. Another good run. Boy, Baird looks so much stronger through that first corner, Nick. Just every time we've watched, he has closed in something fierce.
Yeah, I can't tell if that is Baird closing in a lot through cops there, or if Jeff Parsons just has not perfected that corner very well. But right back when they get through Maggots and Beckett's there right afterwards, Parsons looks strong once again.
Still holding onto the back of him. As could have an opportunity down into Vale. He's very close to him, but not going to go for it, unfortunately.
I guess we had a pass for the lead in LMP1.
Oh.
David Aguado has taken the lead after some lap traffic hindered Terry Risson right now.
And that just happened. If we jump back about 50 seconds ago, we can catch it. Yeah, out of Chapel. See if we can pull it up. This was, unfortunately, he caught Nicholas Domino in the PCDC Motorsports green car at just the wrong spot as he was trying to lap Tommy Vandergoof.
Yeah, I was about to say, when I heard that, Renson must have been really struggling with lap traffic because he's been so strong navigating through the slower vehicles this whole race. So it must have taken a very bad position to get him slowed down so much.
Yeah, it's that yellow and green car, or yellow and black car that we see, the Porsche, that you're going to see get held up. We're following Aguado. Catches him through Maggots Beckett's, sees the opportunity when he chooses the wrong side. Oof. And David Aguado taking the lead says to Terry Rinson, "You chose poorly."
I'm wondering how long that lead is going to last for, though, because we've seen throughout this race how strong Renson is getting through lap traffic, and not a whole lot. He still has a few cars to get through, but not a whole lot to get back up to Aguado, and interested to see what Aguado can do to maybe hold this lead.
Yeah, it's only about a second and a half between them, and we've seen just how drastically the traffic affects that gap. So a second is not much when you're talking about gaps, especially when you've got 4 hours left to go. Poor GTEs, we haven't really been paying attention to them in a long time. Taylor, you've been keeping abreast of the action there.
Yeah, keeping an eye right now. We have a battle for P4, kind of now being broken up by some LMP 1 and 2 traffic, but Torque Freak Racing, Blanchimont, and Miguel Vigo and the Geodesic Racing Black team, as it looks like one of the LMP2 cars had a brake check. The NAP 108 car in Vale that had to cause an issue where Torque Freak Blanchimont had to check up a little bit, get the NAP Racing LMP2 car back into place. These two have been battling quite a couple of laps right now, nose to tail. We look also up in second and third. It's still quite a good battle for the 288 and the 283 Porsches, as they've been battling quite some time right now. Still no chance right now for Mark Fletcher to catch up to David Barraclough as they're making their way through Luffield.
Yeah, Barraclough has been running a very good race here at the front of the GTE Pro class. I would put him as a solid pick to maybe come away with the win. At this point, I think just unfortunate strategy or potentially maybe an incident with one of the other classes could be the only thing that could take this away from that Torque Freak corkscrew car. Up in the LMP1s, are we going to see that lead switch around yet again? Looks like Nick Renson has closed that gap.
Yeah, he definitely has. He's navigated around the lap traffic a bit better than Aguado. He's right back up to his rear spoiler, and he is just about half a car length through a lot of these corners away from making that pass. I think he just needs the correct momentum, as he got a great run into that turn. But yeah, Renson wants to get back to his dominance that we've seen him in the lead this whole race.
Poor Mikey Grimm's in the wrong place at the wrong time. This is a more technical portion of the circuit, but Renson has no place to go as they go around Luffield. Oh, and look at this strategy call.
Might have been a good time for Aguado to duck out there. It might be a perfect time, actually, just when things are getting heated and chaotic.
I believe these cars can go a little bit over an hour, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is a great call by Aguado, because this could put them at one more pit stop to get to the end, and I think they can do their driver swap now.
Yeah, yes, they are going to be doing the driver swap. It's Brett Thurman coming in here on that SRT Team USA.
Oh, and Vlad is in. And should be a very similar strategy, I imagine. Is Vlad going to step out of the car? Yes, for another Vlad, Vladimir Marchevsky. The two Vlads. Both of them hailing from Central Eastern Europe. We will withhold any impaling jokes. All right, you can see how long these stops can take sometimes, trying to refuel these cars. Brett Thurman taking the Speedworks car back out. Vladimir has finished his stop and returned to the track.